were in my apartment. He had visited my apartment to offer me a job of this fall because the lead of this particular project was going to do something else, so he needed another lead. I recorded it because I didn't trust him, and I had told him over and over, and he still always tried shit. Just tried shit. So if people don't believe me, they can hear him in his voice. I have always kept something on me. Always. Even if my phone is off. Something else is, if I'm around somebody that has tried to sexually harass me, pressure me, intimidate me into some nonsense, I've always kept something on me so I could protect myself, because if they're that powerful and they feel that entitled, then they can also try to get in the way of your work. I want to speak on it. I also want to keep making great things and creating jobs and opportunities. But, oh no, I got backups for the backups for the backups for the backups. I've watched way too many Jason Bourne movies not to have 15 backups. I can press play and you can hear the person and you'll know immediately who the person is that's offering me $100,000 to strip. You'll know right away, and it'll break your heart. I won't have to say the person's name, but I can and I will. I don't mind doing a polygraph or 3 or 5 on live TV, and I'll pass all of them because it's the truth. This industry is something else. It's wonderful, and we get to chase our dreams, and we get to live other lives. I get to be a judge or an FBI agent. I get to be a girl dad. And some of the people that you think are your mentors are literally and figuratively just trying to fuck you. I have documentation from the dealership for the car that they tried to buy as an apology for. The funny thing is, predators like that, they resent the prey that got away. They resent the prey that got away. The prey that didn't fold. The prey that didn't acquiesce and say, okay, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and take this L and sacrifice my morals for this opportunity. Nah. That was around the time that I was considering going back to Michigan, 08, 09, because work was slow, and the work that was coming was offered with a side of penis. And yeah, that don't do nothing for me. I'm batting for y'all team. So, at some point soon, I've spoken with my attorney trying to figure out how to deal with it. It's never been about money. I literally intentionally let the statute of limitations pass. It's not about money or being able to sue. It's going to be a conversation really soon. And it won't be a conversation or accusations. Again, I let the statute of limitations run out. It's never been about money. My concern is that this person is still doing it. Still a predator. And that's not okay. And I wish I was brave enough to speak up back then. I was worried that he would get in the way and try to interfere with my work and try to blackball me because he couldn't ball me. Pun intended. It's going to be a conversation had real soon. The beauty of non-disclosure agreements is that even if you do sign them, you can't speak about certain things, but confidentiality agreements don't, after speaking with several attorneys, they do not prohibit you. They can't prevent you from going to police departments and reporting sexual harassment and giving them your receipts, giving them your recordings, giving them your PDFs, and they don't prevent you from reporting felonies. Sexual harassment is a felony. If you tell a person, if you tell a whole grown man, like, hey, I ain't into dudes, yeah, y'all shut the fuck up. You tell a grown man, I'm not into guys, and he tries to grab your private parts, not once but twice, after trying to climb into bed with you. That is the legal definition of sexual assault. So, yeah. And no, I didn't see that documentary. Yeah, NDA and confidentiality agreement do not cover crimes, and they don't prevent you from taking all your evidence to the police, and then there's a public record. So at some point really soon, this conversation is gonna have to happen because it's fucking with me. And it needs to happen. Y'all gonna be disappointed in who it is because y'all been fooled for years. But it's gonna have to happen. So, yeah, exactly. You said it. No means no. If I got multiple friends in the industry that are LGBTQ+. I've had drinks with a castmate and his boyfriend. I don't give a fuck who they sleeping with. I don't give a flying fuck at a Rolling Donut who these people are sleeping with. How do you treat me as a human being? That's what matters to me. That'll be the only thing that affects how I treat you. If you're respectful of my boundaries, then I can have a drink with you and your girlfriend or you and your boyfriend. I don't care. I don't have heaven to send you to when you leave here. That's God's job to judge you. But what we not gonna do, we're not gonna try to force. Nah, man. It's taking everything in me not to air that out. Everything. I've been carrying this with me for a decade and a half. More. I'm gonna get off of that subject. It's gonna be addressed, and it's gonna be addressed soon. And if anybody has a problem with me telling the truth about predators in this industry, then they are truly part of the problem. And I'll say that out front, so that way, when certain people who are worried about their work that are tied to this person or whatever, it's because they're selfish and they're worried about work. You can't treat people like that. And when I'm the boss, when I'm CEO, when I can make any TV show and film that I want, people are gonna be able to come work with me and know that they don't have to worry about bullshit. They don't have to worry about opportunities being tied to sexual favors. They won't have to worry about being sexually harassed and intimidated and bullied because they didn't acquiesce to the sexual harassment
or the attempted sexual assault or any of that. They're going to be able to show up and work and create amazing and great stuff without that. I was on a show, and if I had done what this actress did, just switching lanes, if I had done what she did, I'd never work again and I'd be in jail. She used to come up and pat me on the jump, like pat my penis, like, ooh, okay, I see that print. And I checked her. I grabbed her hand right away, checked her, like, what the fuck are you doing? That ain't okay. I'll do that shit. I'm going to jail. What are you doing? She did it again. Grabbed her hand. I was like, stop. That shit ain't funny. We're preparing for a scene. She walks past, cups my equipment, and was like, oh, you got some girth. When I tell you, had that been a dude, I'd have punched them in their motherfucking mouth. If I behaved like this woman, this particular actress had done, in that moment, I'd be in jail, I'd be canceled, and I would never fucking work again. You don't get to walk past somebody and be like, oh, that's nice, and pat them on their fucking private. What I get to call my job is a blessing, and I love it, and I'm grateful to God about it. Nah, that absolutely wasn't Cheryl Pepsi Riley. Please don't do that. That's my heart. I love her to the moon and back. She's a consummate professional. It was another it was a TV and film project, and she felt entitled to do that bullshit. Now, had I said something and she was higher than me on the call sheet, they would have just wrote me out. I'd have died. I told you, Miguel. They'd have wrote my character out and killed them off or whatever. And you're like, okay, boom, this is a series regular. I'm 1, 2, 3 on the call sheet. But that's not okay. It's not okay. Y'all wonder why I stay in my fucking dressing room while we on set. Because it's bullshit out there. And it's people that don't appreciate and aren't there to honor the opportunity that we have. They're just doing whatever they want to, whatever they feel entitled to. Imagine a man walking past a woman saying, I see that print poking through. I'm going to jail that very day. But she can do it and continue to work in this industry. And if I report her to the female executives that were on that particular show, it's going to get swept under the rug because they had already told me, just Christian, just stand here and be pretty. Just stand here and look pretty. While I'm asking about certain things in the scene so I can make it make sense to me intellectually, just stand there and be pretty. So, of course, I can't trust P, give me a minute. Chill out, I'm venting. Of course I can't trust them. Stand there and be pretty. That's that bullshit that men told women for decades. So why the entire fuck is that okay for you to say that to me when I'm asking you the history of a particular scene so I can make it make sense to me honestly here, so that way when the words exit my spirit, it's honest. A few people calling me right now because they're probably seeing this and they're wondering if I'm actually going to tip the can over, and I fucking want to so bad. Because I'm tired of carrying it. don't even know most of this shit. It's like 5 people on earth know the stuff that I dealt with. I told my mother, my grandmother, I told my oldest brother who's in here somewhere he's trying to make sure I don't jump off the side of the mountain and tell everything. I want to so fucking bad because I'm tired of carrying it. No, this too shall not pass. This person has done this for person after person after person. This too shall not pass. It needs to be addressed. So, yeah, this conversation is going to happen. It's going to happen soon. I'm just trying to figure out when. But it needs to happen. Like I said, you don't have to believe me. You can hear this person in his very distinctive voice. Once the sexual harassment started, I have kept one of these on me. It's a recorder. I've kept one of them on me for 18 years. So, it's time. I'm tired. I'm tired of carrying that around. It feels like two additional 45-pound plates that I don't need to carry. I'm tired. So, I'm gonna call my brother, ease his mind, because I know he's worried I'm about to air it out over here. I was thinking and my spirit was uneasy, and I'm tired, man. I'm tired. Yeah. Some of your heroes, some of your very heroes are taking advantage of people. And I'm grateful to learn that lesson, because that way when I'm in a space to where I'm the boss and I'm making decisions and I'm an executive producer now on my show, I can go around and make sure that everybody gets a handshake, a dap, a fist bump, or a church hug, but nobody feels like I felt. I can make sure of that. And it's please and thank you. Yes, please. And thank you. It's all that. Everybody gets treated like the CEO. Being treated like somebody's goal of a piece of ass. Somebody pretending to be your friend, pretending to be a mentor or an older brother figure, when ultimately their goal was just some ass. That shows you how not to be when you're in charge. So, I'm grateful for those lessons learned. We're gonna continue this conversation, and we're gonna continue it soon. I'm tired of carrying this, and I know there's others. I feel bad for those dudes that actually said yes. I hit you, Miguel. I hit you after I hit my brother. I feel bad for them because they fell for the pressure. They fell for the opportunity. They're somewhere, working a low-end job, and somebody comes in with this money, and they're like, okay, well, maybe just this once. I guarantee you there's a bunch of them that are going to come out. But I'm glad I didn't sell my soul or my ass. I deserve to be here. I earned it. I wrote it. I showed up on these shows and was professional and punctual and prepared and treated everybody there like the CEO. Yes, please. And thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Everything. Because I'm not as a facade. I'm grateful to be here. I love what I do. But when they poison the well with this bullshit, man. One of the biggest reasons I never wanted to say anything is because I didn't want to be the person that broke your heart. I didn't want to be the person that said, your hero, such and such, sexually harassed me for years and tried to sexually assault me. Tried. We're going to continue this conversation at some point soon. It's got to happen. So, but it's traumatic when you deal with that bullshit for years. Years of that bullshit. Years of pressure. Years of intimidation. Years of sideways comments and insults, and everybody else getting a raise, everybody else getting a vacation, everybody else getting to be a part of this new show or this new thing, but because you ain't playing ball, literally and figuratively. I hear you, KG. I'm signing off. I've done enough. I'm tiptoeing on the fucking edge. It's Dirty Diana and I'm leaning over. I'm gonna go, y'all, before I say too much. But, yeah, no, I'm not. Thank you, God, for not making me the kind of man that's gonna fuck his way to the middle. Thank you. Thank you for standing back and letting both of us see who I am and who you built. I'm gonna keep making shows and keep making films and make sure that people on my productions aren't sexually harassed and bullied and intimidated, and they don't have to deal with attempted sexual assault or inappropriate bullshit. I got you. Thank you for making me the way you made me. I'm gonna go, because I'm gonna say some shit. No, I just prayed, but you know me. Let me call my brother, and I gotta call McGill and check in with KG. I love and appreciate y'all, man. This shit just gets heavy sometimes. Life be lifing. But you carry something like this, and then you got to deal with somebody, and they floating in your face, gloating about this or that or this or that. Like, motherfucker, you do remember, you do know the terror that you exacted upon me and multiple people for fucking years. I'm a skate. But it's the conversation is gonna be had. I guess you just gotta figure out if you're gonna accept the truth about one of your deities or not. Because it's the truth. And if I take a polygraph on TV in front of you, you'll know it. And if you hear him offering me inappropriate opportunities, you'll know it. And if you choose not to believe it, then it's on you. But it's gotta be dealt with. It's time. I love and appreciate y'all. I'm gonna get out of here before I actually spill it.